Okay, I'm live, and hopefully this is working. So I've got the GoPro going today, and I'm getting all these messages from eCAMM Live saying, "Hey, I just updated my stream quality." Who knows what that means? So this is Adam Kyle Jackson going through a little experiment here because I sent back. I didn't sent back. I'm trading in my Sony A7R III, which is what I normally film with. And so while that's gone, waiting on the A7R4, I'm working with this GoPro here and I'm about to pull my hair out. So here's some things that I figured out, and I figured it'd be interesting for some of y'all who may have a GoPro or you've been struggling like I have been struggling trying to figure out, stay with me GoPro. And you can see up at the top, whereas the 59%, I still have the battery life up there and the memory card. Hopefully this is showing on the screen right now. I don't even know. But what I've figured out is that I use eCAMM Live as my platform, but you do need the Elgato cam link, and that will plug into your USB to micro HDMI into the GoPro. So here's the steps that I've taken so far. I've got the GoPro, and let me just show you, because I can switch back and forth, and this will kind of give you a good idea too what upgrading to a new webcam looks like versus your computer. So here's the Mac, and so another thing is with the Mac is you can't control, what your scene looks like. Let's go back and forth. Here's GoPro. So I mean, it's like a heck of a lot better, and it has a much wider field of view. And so you can see my key light now. So all my stuff right now is situated for that Sony. And hell, I don't even know where to look right now. So I think I need to look right here. I'm usually looking up here because that's where I've typically got my camera. And so the GoPro One has a ton. I say it's a way better image than just the stock. This is the iMac that I'm on camera, and right now I'm on this really nice mic, but I've got a Rode mic. Here, I'll show you. Let's go back to my FaceTime camera, and I'll show you what the setup looks like. So what we're essentially trying to film with here is the Hero 8. I've got the Rode mic with the 3.5 millimeter, just plugs into the back here, and so far so good. It sounds really good if you're actually just out and about filming, and the whole setup here is really lightweight. It's actually much lighter than carrying around a Sony or trying to do this, vlogging with something else. One thing of issue, oh, I need to be looking up here. I don't ever do this on the iMac. One thing of issue is that if you get one of these microphones with a shock absorber, the GoPro shoots at such a wide angle that this, if it moves or vibrates, it gets into the shot. So I was having that happen to me today as I'm walking around, just experimenting, filming the kids in the backyard. This gets in the shot. So I've already got another one of these on order. I'm going to go with the Sennheiser one. It's a lot shorter, and so it's not going to get into my shot. I'm actually going to use this on the Sony when it comes in, and this will be my Sony mic. And if you're probably wondering what this is, I've got the other step that I took here is I went and did the media mod on the GoPro, and what this does is it enables an HDMI output on the back, 3.5 millimeter, and it gives you these hot shoes that you can hook stuff in. So I kind of modified this hot shoe to be my mic. They come with different modules. So this one is actually a TV monitor, full color display. I like looking at myself, obviously, because I don't know where to look when I'm doing filming. And so what this does is when it's pointed towards you, it'll provide you through the HDMI input the exact image of what you're shooting. So this is very helpful for me when I'm walking down the street or whatever it is I'm doing, trying to figure out how to frame the shot with my head in the screen and making sure that I'm looking at the camera. But this is the setup here, and this is the stock. This is a cool deal, but it's a little jicky, it's a little flimsy, and it's especially top heavy now because I've got this guy on here, and so if I set it down on the desk, it has a tendency to fall over. I have another solution here, And so let's take a look at the other solution. Let's see if I can put my GoPro back on the desk. Let's switch back over to high resolution GoPro land. Hey GoPro, that's so much better than that other camera. Here's the other solution. So I've got a Joby tripod here. I've got one of my old Benro heads. See, I'm still looking up there. I'm conditioned to look over there with my camera. Here's the GoPro. This is one of the coolest deals that I think I've invested in. It's like a $25 piece of metal. And I'm going to put the links down in the description below when I'm done with this to show you where, let me get this out. This works with a tripod. It's called Small Rig. And you simply put the GoPro attachment in it, and it enables you to hook it up to a ball head. And you can use, let's see if we can balance that in there. You can use a standard tripod. And so right now I've got it on the Joby, but I also put the GoPro on my real tripod, which is super helpful if you're doing like a time lapse of a thunderstorm. You want to put it on a much heavier tripod so your GoPro doesn't blow away on one of these guys. And so this is also super helpful for you know, when you're trying to frame a shot, or you know, you can use the ball head to really do these fine-tune adjustments. If you're using this, this is a nightmare to adjust, what I'm finding, and it doesn't seem to hold. I mean, you got to really gronk down on these, and I've actually had to gronk down on it enough to where I'm afraid that if I continue putting the tension on it, it might strip it out. So I think if I'm going to use this from now on, I'm going to just use it handheld. I'm not going to put it on the desk. It's too flimsy. I'm afraid it's going to tip over while I'm filming, and it doesn't do what it's supposed to do on the desk, in my opinion. It's really cool though if you have it, you know, on the ground, you're doing a time lapse. But that being said, this is going to be the standard, I think, for me. But you need this part. You have to have this part. And like I said, I'll put the link in the description below when I'm done with this live broadcast. Okay, so the other thing is trying to get the GoPro to talk. And so you can watch, let's see, it's over here. The battery life on these things are abysmal. And so I've got it hooked up, or I had it hooked up to the USB, and it seemed to be charging, but I think it was still draining faster than what I had it hooked up. I think I wasn't hooked up to like a high power source. I think I only had it on the 5-watt. So I'm probably going to have to get a power source externally if I plan on doing this. I mean, it's already gone down 15% while I've been talking here for about 10 minutes. So I think that's going to be a challenge. The other challenge is trying to get the thing to talk to CamLink and then back to eCAMM Live. As you can see, you can still see my battery charging. You can see the memory card up here. I don't know why. If you read the instructions on this thing, it suggests that you can communicate using USB-C and put it in what they call webcam mode. I haven't seen that yet. Also, if I look in my input outputs right now, I don't have the HDMI option to actually select this as an output to be a webcam. So I think maybe I've got to do an update. Maybe my firmware's old on the Hero 8. I did just update it, so but I haven't updated it since I put the mod on. So if anybody has any suggestions on that, please put it in the comments below if you know how to fix. God, that battery is dead. These are horrible, horrible batteries. You're going to have an external power supply if you're going to plan on doing this long term. But this is a simple way to get yourself up and running. Much higher resolution. See? Much better. I mean, this is, I didn't realize how bad the iMac onboard webcam was until I started doing the Sony. And the Sony, well, okay, so now we have a challenge. So the GoPro died. So it just died. I don't know why. So I think that's going to be a challenge for using it. So I'm talking to it now. I think maybe it's because I set it to be, maybe I have it set to turn off. Maybe I've got the timer or something, the timeout. There's got to be some setting in there for why that turned off. I can see it here, but it died over on my eCAMM. So we're probably going to have to finalize and finish this thing off on my wonderful, it's served me well. The iMac webcam has served me well. This has got me through school. It got me through my master's degree, so I can't crap on it too much. The point being is that you do have options for upgrading your webcam. You can use your camera. And So I haven't sent this guy off yet, and the D850 has been a monster camera for talking HDMI. It's got an HDMI port, and it's got the high-speed USB. So I've actually used this with the high-speed USB as a webcam. I don't have any of the batteries or stuff because this is going bye-bye as well. I'm gonna miss you, D850. But get yourself a webcam. Go buy you an old GoPro. Buy a used one. I would say get you the older one. Get the GoPro 3, the 4. Find one on eBay for like 20 bucks. I'm gonna look at the camera now. Find one on eBay for like 20 bucks. If it's got an HDMI out, you can use it just like I'm using. Well, I was using a minute ago. Let's see if we can get this thing up and running while I'm still on live. So if you haven't by now, please like and subscribe and leave me a comment below. So I've been doing these live videos, and while we're waiting on GoPro here, I'm actually cycling it through Power Up. I've been doing these live videos in 2020, got past the mental block to actually get on here and start talking. I've been doing them live, no script, no nothing, just kind of like, hey, I got this idea, let's get on here and let's talk. So in 2021, I'm going to become a little more polished, more produced, have more script, actually do editing, so I'm not just doing lives. I'm still going to be doing the lives like this. And let me show you something. So I've got the GoPro. It came back to life. Here's what it looks like when you come right back into the screen. It gives you, so you can see here's my family videos. Here's me filming in the backyard. Here's, what I was just doing a minute ago. I'm not even sure if it's actually recording me. But what's interesting is that these buttons up here at the top are navigable by pushing the mode button. And you can see me cycling through. And you can see right here at the top, I'm cycling through. And it's this, when I put it on the actual GoPro, if you hit the shutter button, that seems to select it. And now we're back. But I've still got, 46% from 50 in like 2 minutes. Now I've got the camera back. So I don't know why it shut off earlier. I'm going to go figure that out. It's probably something in the settings. But this is how you hook up a GoPro. I think the other thing that you have to have is maybe the virtual cam driver is what's messing me up here. So I'm doing this again through eCAMM Live. You can do this through OBS. You can do it through, I think, Yellow Duck you can do. You can actually do it through Yellow Duck through the GoPro web app, which will probably be the next thing I do. That might work a little bit better here. I'm going to try that the next go around, see if I can get the web app working. And if you use Yellow Duck, what it does is it gives you a code. It gives you a URL that's unique to you. Don't share that with anyone. And you'll be able to plug that into the GoPro app, and the GoPro app will then stream it out. I can't do it on Instagram, but you can do it on YouTube, Facebook, and I think that's where I'm going to try this next. I may actually try OBS as well. That's just an open platform streaming tool, and I might put all that stuff out here on my screen and show you how I set all that up once I finally get it working. So I just wanted to hop on here and show you my struggles with the GoPro and give you some ideas to go through maybe some of your old camera equipment. If it's got an HDMI out, if it's got a USB out, you're probably in business and you can probably use that camera. If you use eCAMM Live, you don't have to have that stick. You don't have to have the external device, the CamLink device that was sold out everywhere because of the pandemic in 2020. Mine finally showed up. That's why we're doing this right now. So I actually ordered this thing like probably 8 months ago, and it just showed up. And I'm like, hey, what's this? So if you've got a camera that's got an HDMI out, or if it's got a USB, you could probably hook it up to your computer and use it as a webcam. Certainly can do a GoPro. Go find me on Instagram, Adam Kyle Jackson. Go find me on Facebook, Adam Kyle Jackson Facebook group. And make sure you like, subscribe this video, put a comment down below. Let me know what kind of content you would like me to do next. And you guys have a wonderful evening. I'm going to go pull my hair out some more with this GoPro.